Good evening. It is 6:30. I kind of get ready for work in the next 15 minutes, so a very quick video. But not a short, not a short. If you don't like shorts, I don't blame you. Shorts are annoying. I do a few shorts, mostly on the days I'm working. This isn't a short, this is a proper one. So I do apologise if you don't like shorts. Please don't subscribe. I am doing some proper videos, or at least planning them. I'm planning. So who are these dudes? Well, they need their bases doing, but what can I say? I'm working. I'm a working man. Yeah. I don't know why. Anyway, so who are they? Well, there's some 3D prints of my mini factory. If you want to know more, ask questions down below. Down below is in that direction. That direction. Look, there's a finger. Got to see the finger. So yes, these are my generic humans I'm having for games like Stargrave, 5 parsecs, and anything else you can think of, really. So they are, and I'm going to have some. They also could be bad guys for some games as well, sort of generic bad guys. So to go with them, they need some backing up for some big monstery things for games that are coming out. For example, oh, what's it called? I completely forgot them. I want to say Hordes of the Things, but it's not Hordes of the Things at all. Lions Rampant, but in space. Space Rampant? Rampant Spacemen? I can't remember what it's called. It's got a silly name. Anyway, so these can be like their big dreadnoughty things that they climb inside and control. You can see they look a bit like toys at the moment. Funny enough, they're toys. But they're going to get sprayed. And then they're going to get painted. But I need to get these finished first. I've got these foxies. Foxy lady. Foxy lady. So yeah, these are foxes. This is not my computer, that's the work computer. So ignore that. Yeah, so these are foxes that can be more like feral troops and stuff like that, and scouts and whatnot. There's some spacey men at the back, which I have no idea what they're going to be for. I've got a space marine back there, a Beaky from the new set that I was given in one of the stores, but he didn't come with a backpack. So if you have a spare backpack that you don't want, that is for the Beaky, let me know. And I'll pay you postage and a bit for the backpack or something, I don't know. Or give it to me for nothing. Because I'm poor. Unless you do it at the beginning of the month before I pay all my bills. And I'll give you loads of money. There's a robot. That's by a guy that's doing loads of robots. That's one of his free downloads. I started spraying it and then I ran out of spray. This is, you've heard of Slapchop. Well, Slapchop's a bit of an old idea. So this is something I'll be working on next day or so. This is basically spray black and then a ZFL highlight from above with a grey primer, and then from sort of from around again 45-degree angle this light tan colour, and then just a quick spray around 90 degrees around the sides just to get that main colour on. And then the next thing I do is I add black parts, maybe some brown parts, depends how I feel, maybe some white parts, who knows. And some silver, some damage and stuff like that. I then dry brush the entire thing, hitting the edges with pallid flesh. So block painting and then a pallid flesh dry brush over it all. And the block paint hasn't got to be very accurate either, it can be quite splodgy. Anyway, so the magic is the pallid flesh dry brush. And then when that's done, I get some Agrax, mix it 50-50 with some aluminium medium, and hit the baby. Let it dry, pick out some lights and stuff like that if I'm feeling extra unlazy, and then maybe put some decals on, and then a bit of scorched brown in areas maybe over the decals, or like a tan colour, just to sort of mesh them in so they don't look like they're brand spanking new on a knackered machine. And it's varnished and done. Oh, and basing, of course, basing, but it's all about the basing, isn't it? I've got a video I used to do on basing using wallpaper. Oh yeah. Oh, that was quite a sexy one, wasn't it? Right, what else have I got? So, you've seen these guys here, and you've seen their big boy robots, and you've seen these feral guys that are going to come with them. What else have I got? Well, I've got... Actually, you don't see my address, you don't know where I live. I might come round for cups of tea. And if you do that... if you're going to come around for a cup of tea, you need to do it within the first few days of payday. And then I'm broke. Right, there we are. So these are the aliens, and they're going to go work with them. So you can see the basing. So the idea is, I got a spaceship. It's like a UFO. It's currently upstairs. I'm not going to take you up there because I've got children, and they'll try and get on the camera and do a dance and stuff like that. So the idea is that this is the ship commander, and he's quite a tall dude. And these little guys here are his clones. Obviously, when you clone something, you probably clone a younger version of yourself, don't you? Or it's going to be like slightly not genetically perfect to you. And this is the human that he met on one of his wonderful journeys. So these are the two main guys, the alien and the human. And they basically go around together, and they have clones of themselves. You can see his clones don't have a little beard like he does, ginger beard. That's because part of the cloning process, they didn't get beards. And like, he's really tall, and his clones aren't. I've also, I need to base this one actually, I need to leave it out to base with the others. This is my alien dude when he's got his invisibility field on. So I'll use that for when he's invisible, which is quite funny because he's easier to see. But anyway, there you are. This is my box of This is my box of stuff. Sorry, something else happened there whilst I was doing this. So you can see these here are, if you're British, then you'll like your tea, and you're welcome to come around for a cup of tea. Oh no, his gun's broke. Oh well, bit of black paint, sorted. These are what was called the red shadows. Yeah. Oop, out of focus. Like my normal eyesight. These were the... You try and do this. Oh my god. The camera's on the one side of the phone. They should put the phone camera right in the middle of it, like a proper camera. Right, and these are the Kraken. Somebody's printing me some mutons. And if you're not British, you have no idea what a muton is. It's not as rude as it sounds. Oh, these are the Concorde from Gates of Antares, which I shall be using, not as clones, but as robots. I actually painted up these yonks ago, probably a few years ago. So they're a little bit different colour, but you know what? It doesn't matter. They're robots. So that's all good. I imagine these and the clones all being kind of on this small spaceship, and they're 3D printed and then kind of like, yeah, sent down as and when needed. I've got these here, which is from a 3D print off my mini factory again. If you want to know where, ask below, and I'll send you a link. Very affordable. Nothing's cheap. Not even free is cheap because you've got to pay for the resin and the printer. But they're 3D printed, and they come with weapon options and stuff like that, and they're really nice. They're a really good size. As you can see, it's like, hey, don't mess with me. So I really like them. I'm going to be using this OSC. So these guys here as well. So they've got a genetically mutated clone, which is this dude here, who's huge. So yeah, so that's theirs for like a slightly larger. Well, they need something a bit bigger to go in. And there's a few other things there, different weapons and stuff like that and whatnot. This is my box of stuff. These were the, I'm going to call them Skeletrons. It's probably completely the wrong name. It is the wrong name completely, but I'm going to call them Skeletrons because I can't remember the right name. But yeah, so these are part of the red shadows. So I've got some of them as well for them. So they could be a force on their own. I kind of like to make some generic models that can be used for different games sometimes. That's where I my old address. Don't live there anymore. Okay, so yeah, that's where I am at the moment. This moment in time. Spaceship. Nothing much is happening with that one up there. I've got this spaceship. Where's that yellow spaceship there? I was having a bit of a tidy up, and the guns fell off the front. And I'm waiting for the sculptor to finish making ready the front landing gear, which wasn't available on the original STL, and no one had realised because no one had tried printing it apart from me, apparently, which is a bit sad because there's like hundreds of people like waiting on the Patreon, and I'm like the only one who's actually. And it's a really nice ship. Well, I didn't actually print it. My friend John did. John's at Slow Hand Painting. He does printing, commission, painting and stuff like that. He's called Slow Hand because you can have good, you can have fast, and you can have cheap. Well, he's good. He's not very fast, but he's cheap. This is the one for the aliens. So I don't know what that's going to be. It's just like a guy, lots of guns on him to join the force of doofers. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop there. I could go on forever, as you probably know, because I ramble. Love you, leave you, see you on the other side. Happy wargaming. Bye.